Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so glad that to be able to be before you again this evening. Another great Monday that we are embarking on another time together. And so, my name is Tamara Gibson. I'm the owner of TT Innovative Solutions, and I am here to share with you some ideas on finishing strong, making sure that you have a meaningful end of your year with your students and showcasing what they have done. So, a celebration of their growth and their understanding of the purpose of them being in school and ways in which you can highlight that. And so, as always, I'm thankful for you choosing to drop by our YouTube station. I don't take it lightly that you would spend a few moments with me talking about these things. Now, these ideas are directed toward new and novice educators that I have the pleasure of serving. But however, I always try to put in some more information or ideas in to even help those that are seasoned educators and their desire to improve their and refresh whatever it is that they have going on. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome again. So today, my goal or outlook agenda is for you to understand the whole idea and concept behind showcasing student growth. Okay. There are various ways in which we can celebrate it. We want to make sure that the students are involved, and then there are ways that you can share the celebration with students, parents, and faculty members, people that are close to them in their life. And I would love to share those ideas with you today. And in the end, I really want you to know that there are multiple ways in which you can do this. I'm going to give you only just a few in our short time together. But I'm really talking to you about growth mindset and having them to reflect on what they have been able to do over the year and their ability to look back on that, what they've developed through their effort, through their perseverance, and how you can support them and their natural talents. Okay. So, them understanding this learning process and not focusing on failures, but focusing on the progress that they made is the type of student growth that I want to talk to you about today, because their efforts truly matter. Our efforts matter. And even though the needle might not move super high on all of those ways, we want to definitely acknowledge the wins that have happened over the school year. And you want to make sure that we shine some bright light on that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our presentation. And I want to start out by just defining growth, the academic version and the personal version. I'm not going to say one over the other, but I'm going to say that they're both important. And today I'm going to really hone in on one in particular so that you have an opportunity to focus your students with that. But academic growth really measures the progress in subject areas, reading, math, writing, and curriculum-based skills. It's the kind of growth that often is tracked through the tests and assignments and skill mastery that I've talked to you over the last couple of weeks, and their mastery of it over time. So if you can think of something like a beginning, middle, and end exam, that's their academic growth. Personal growth, we're talking about their improvements in behavior, the mindset that I mentioned earlier, and them being able to regulate their emotions, communicating properly, and their social skills that they have developed over the year. This helps students to become more responsible, resilient, and self-aware learners. And it's really where I'm going to hang my hat today as I talk to you about the different ways in which you can highlight this, promote it, share with them, and help them to be resilient as they reflect on it. Okay. And so let's start out with one of my favorites. This is the best, in my opinion, because you definitely get to take the weight of it all off of you and you get them to reflect. And that is student choice. In talking about a growth mindset, I want them to see their growth. So I'm going to, help them to, and let me go back to something because I want to plug something. If you didn't do this year, this is a reflective moment. Do it next year. And that is create folders for each one of your students, grab some of their work, place it in there over the 9 to 10 months that we're together, so that when you pull these items out, they have some work for them to be able to choose from. I tell you to do that because it helps also for you to see their progress, and it also helps you to collect notable data if and when you need to submit them for some further assistance, RTI wise. Okay, so back in student choice. So if I have this said folder or this said group of documents that we've collected over the course of the year, this is a great way for them to start choosing their best products, okay? The things that they want to place into a portfolio per se, or that they want to be highlighted for. This is a great way for them to start to make those choices. And it reinforces the message that I talked about before, and that effort matters. Maybe it's not something that was an A or B or 100% and those kinds of things, but it was an improvement. Maybe it was a note from you on their increase in reading fluency, that they participated well. It could be something of that nature, or a product that they have produced and that they are super proud of. These are for them to choose. So first, you're going to put the work on them. And this is also a great time that if maybe you don't have some things of that nature, they can start to work on some things. Maybe picking a subject that they would want to highlight and show their parents how it works in your classroom. All great ways for them to showcase some things for the end of the year. Something else I would like to promote and just talk about is portfolios. So I started to give you an example on our last slide, and I'm going to now kind of talk you through 3 different kinds. The progress over time one, I really like, because again, it allows them to select something from the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, as a progression. Or it could be a comparison of an activity you did at the beginning of the year and the end, and then they have made some adjustments or improvements according to their understanding. I think these are perfect examples for them. But progression over time, just meaning that there has been some time spent from one span to another, that they can go and find those things. And then a theme strength one, where they can showcase their creativity, their perseverance. Maybe they were tracking their facts times. Maybe you had them putting in a graph of their assessments. And these are all things that all age levels can do. And I'm going to be sure to leave some further examples in the comments about how you can do this in an easy fashion. Because again, we are finishing the year. I'm not trying to give you something extra to do, but these are things that they need to have as a reflective moment. And then the last one is reflection based. Student can select an item and then maybe even write a letter about their thoughts on that topic, and or make a video presentation about it, message to their parents or even a message to you. I have some of my mentees that do a letter that says what they would tell the next class, and some of the things that they would instruct them on. These are all great ways for you to allow them to make reflections, and then also be able to see some of the things that they think about you and your instructions. But again, those three types are just three that I chose. Again, one of my favorites being the progress over time. But there are several different other types of portfolios that you can do. I know that you've taken pictures of them over the year. There's all kinds of ways that you can showcase without having to reinvent the wheel or put more, oh, shall I say, more work on yourself. So those are ways in which I would definitely attempt to end with these end of the year celebrations. And then you see at the bottom of my screen awards to celebrate with them, for them. Okay, you yourself giving them awards. We know that at the end of the year, and maybe you don't know. So let me say it to my this is your first year teachers. If you don't know, there is an expectation that students will receive award certificates at the end of the year. And a lot of times it is a struggle for some educators to find um, appropriate ways. I don't even want to say appropriate, that's not the word. Genuine ways to celebrate students that may have been difficult. But everyone has made some sort of growth in your classroom. So here at the bottom, I put in a few ways to put it in: most improved, whatever that improvement has been, quiet leaders, or growth grit. And again, all some of my favorites. TBT is a great way to go on and find you some certificates that are already pre-made. So you, again, I'm trying to give you cost saving ideas and things that are not going to take you very long in order to do. But it's the thought process of what to do is the best way. A lot of times people choose the way out to be participation certificates. Yes, students participated, but even with our kiddos that are the most challenging, they have some strengths that you can highlight as part of their certificates that they receive at the end of the year. And so again, I'll drop a few more examples past the examples I already have on the screen as ways to celebrate them on your end. And again, these are low cost activities that in which you can do. You know, we've been celebrating on and off all year with those that have been on the honor roll, those that have had great conduct, and those are all academic, opportunities and growths that we can talk about. But personal growth, this is going to take you some time to kind of think through how you would be able to celebrate them. And I think right now is a great time to think that way, to kind of sit for a moment with those thoughts in mind. And then there are celebrations, the actual celebrations, the way in which you will present this to them and family and friends to be able to showcase what they have done. Again, I want you to be the one to give it to your students. Even as young as kindergarten, I could give you ideas for each one of these, in which you are not the one that is orchestrating it or coming up with a full idea, but it's ways in which you can talk with them and they can come up with the ideas, and also you giving them their role. So with folders, it could be a paper folder, which you're actually placing items within their folder and they are selecting, or it could be a digital folder, digital products in which they have created, or you taking photos of the things that they have chosen as a digital. Okay, so a little work on your part, but not super intensive. And then videos. I love Flip. Flip used to be called Flipgrid, and Flip is an excellent way, and Seesaw, are excellent technology ways for you to allow your students to video themselves. Again, all it requires you to do is to set it up so that they can then create the video, and then you then attach it to a QR code for it to go home, or use it in a gallery walk. Gallery walks can be done all kinds of ways. It can be done in QR code form. It can be done with an actual product where you're listing the student's product up there. And when their parents arrive to that award ceremony, you've got something up for everybody, and they can then go share and talk about it. Again, taking the weight of things off of you, um, and allowing them to reflect and to showcase their work over the time. And of course, lastly, I placed on here slideshow. I used to do a slideshow at the end of the year for the kids. Again, I had them select, and I had second and third graders. So I had them select the product or whatever it is that we worked on. And then I would place it all together as a showcase, taking the pictures that I took over the year and placing it on a slide deck that can be placed up in your classroom when it's award ceremony time, and just put on a loop to continue to play, or make it an actual showcase to your award ceremony at the end of the year. I want to make sure that you have had some thoughts on ways to celebrate, understanding that this personal growth and academic growth can be highlighted in various ways for your students, and then placing them in charge of choosing products that they are most proud of. In these last couple of days of this school year, it is important that you allow them to do their reflection as you also are reflecting. I think that some of these ideas can be extended and be very elaborate, or they can be very simplistic. And again, it's up to you how much time and effort you want to place into it. But I am asking you that you not be the one solely, centrally completing this by yourself, that you actually include the students so that they have the reflection. And they are also ending strong as you are training them to reflect. So I guess that's my thing for today, is for you to make sure that you are guiding them through the reflection instead of you actually doing the reflection activity for them. So as always, I want to thank you for spending a little time with me tonight. I hope that, again, that this was valuable to those of you who are preparing for your first end of the year celebration, that you have a little bit of knowledge behind your belt as to what is going to be the expectation, and that you understand ways in which you could make it even more spectacular. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat down below, or contact us, and our various ways are on the screen. But more than anything, happy Cinco de Mayo Day. I had an opportunity to take the beautiful picture of the young lady that's in the photo on the screen, and be able to highlight her heritage dance. And this is a photo from last year, but it's just so much it's just so appropriate for today, and being able to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. For those of you who are studying for the social studies exam, this holiday information is a great way for you to reflect on how this might be tested on 391 social studies. I also have some information that I'll be sharing if you're connected to us social media wise, in order to showcase how that works. And then the last, of course, and most important week, I will say, of the year, besides the beginning and the end of the year, shutting things and opening things up, is Teacher Appreciation Week. I hope you have time to grab every gift, every token of love, every opportunity that is going to be thrown by the various companies. I wish that my company could indulge in doing more than what we are going to do this week. We have chosen a campus, as we do every year, to bless. And we are happy and excited to be able to partner up and to do that. So you will see later this week if you're connected with us social media wise, and please do connect at TT Innovates with an S at the end on all of the social media platforms. That's Facebook and Twitter, X, excuse me, and uh, Instagram. That is our caption name. But I just want you to enjoy your week. Go to get yourself your free items for breakfast, your free lunch, your free dinner, your free drinks. Go get it because you have earned every single piece of it. And again, join us again next Monday for another topic and opportunity as we continue to establish closing out the year. As new and novice teachers, you all don't know always what to expect, and I hope that your mentors have been talking to you about it. But we will continue to showcase that. So I won't go into another full round of conversation. I could talk to you all day about it because I absolutely love what I do. But I will see you again next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please subscribe to our channel. And that way you will get the notification as soon as our videos have dropped. Have a great evening and see you again soon.